Good evening. I posted the other day a video about how to do a one-to-one with Darshna, and today what I wanted to do is talk about the closing of a one-to-one. When I do a one-to-one with somebody, it's very important that I first set a level of expectation, and what that means is I've done a one-to-one with 4 people today, and today's Tuesday, so by Thursday this week I'm expecting an answer, not because I'm Sunny Almighty, but because I have a business to run. I've got an objective that I want to achieve in my business, and I want people that can actually make a decision, people that are capable of making a decision. So I've done the one-to-one, and I've now sent them a professional email and some links. But the most important thing, I've befriended them on Facebook. I've become friends with them on Facebook very quickly, so they can actually see my status. They can look at some of the things that I've done and that I've achieved. That's very important. I also add them to the One Life to Live page, and that's the page where you've got me doing the contact marketing slot, you've got Jay's speech, Sital's speech, because it's also important that your prospect sees that we're a very, very real company. After I've done all this, I will then turn around to my prospect and say, right, on Thursday I shall give you a call when you've had a chance to look at absolutely everything, and then we will discuss what we've looked at again. But here's the thing, I'm looking for people of distinction, I'm looking for people who are decisive, and I'm looking for people that need obvious change in their life. And what I always say to my prospect is, look, at the end of the day, if this isn't for you, please have the courage and the maturity and the decency to come and tell me, because it's just like you going for a job interview. You would expect the employer to give you feedback whether you've got the job or not. I'm expecting the same from you. And the reason why I expect some maturity from you is because life is very funny. In 6 months' time, you may want to call me, but if you've sort of embarrassed yourself or you haven't courteously come back to me and give me a yes, no or a maybe, well, you know what, you've actually burnt your bridges with me. So I always make sure that I, as the distributor, leave the conversation on a very, very high note. I've had somebody turn me down last week. Absolutely fine, we left on a really professional note, but you know what, today she called me and said she's referred me to a friend. That's how professional my service was after we did the one-to-one. The business is not for her at the moment, and I completely respect that. Another thing that I'm finding that people aren't doing very, very quickly is when you've done a one-to-one with somebody, you have less than 24 to 48 hours to get them to a BP. This is a business where you inspire, you excite, you motivate, and you act with urgency. So inspire, excite, motivate, act with urgency. I was speaking to somebody today who's done a one-to-one with a person last Tuesday. They haven't managed to get them to a BP for whatever reason, but guess what? This person's now gone cold. It was probably a very, very good prospect, but because they weren't shown a BP or sold the necessity of a BP, then 7 days is a long time in this business. It's a lifetime. This person's gone cold. Life gets in the way. Their partner probably talked them out of the forever living opportunity. And the fact of the matter is they weren't inspired enough for whatever reason. It's not the sponsor's fault, but at the same time, it's about letting your person know that this opportunity could potentially change their lives. And again, it's setting the expectations. I always say that to everybody. So if you do a one-to-one, and my 4 prospects today, they can't make the Harrow BP tonight because it's short notice, but there's the online one-to-one on a Wednesday evening with Robert and Philippa. Now, if none of them can make that, I'm going to make sure that they see a BP somehow, so I'll do an online one. But very often with my prospects, they've seen enough, they've fallen in love with everything there is to about the company, and because I'm so normal in my one-to-one, they feel that they can make a connection immediately. That's where you guys need to get to. In order to make a connection with your person, you need to come across as credible and you need to come across as real. So remember, 24 to 48 hours is the deadline for getting someone to the BP. After you've done a one-to-one, let them know you're going to be sending them an email with some links for them to look at. Attach them to Facebook urgently, as quick as you can. This is about building a rapport, and it's about building a relationship, because ultimately you're going to be their sponsor and their coach for the next 20 years, so they've got to buy into you. So I really hope that helps you with the closure of your one-to-one. And if any of you would like to see what I send after a one-to-one, please feel free to email me at onelifetolive@outlook.com, and I will send you everything that I do. Take care, guys. Speak to you soon. Bye.